Okay guys, so communication error. This is a lot less common on the new trucks than the older trucks. When I say new trucks, I say trucks that are probably a year or two that have this new panel. One of the more common causes of a communication error in a truck with the flip out style, like the panel that you pull down and the surface is here, is there was some motion going on in there, and that would cause a wire to break. And as soon as the modules of the truck, this panel, the chassis, other components in the panel in the work area aren't talking, you're going to see this communication error. So oftentimes as soon as you see this, you're going to have to call into Shred Tech. Sometimes it's as easy as just connecting something that's come disconnected in the cab, and I'll show you that in a second. Generally they're going to ask you to get in here on the older panels, go through the access on the side here and see inside the flip out to see if that wire's come undone. So in a case like that, service is probably going to walk you through it. It's not something you're going to do on your own unless you've done it before, but a communication error means something's come unplugged. The most common ones are the wire in the flip out panel on the older 15 series, sort of a 2007 to 2016 vintage, had the flip out, and there's a wire in there that would break and cause this communication error. So service will help you look for that if that's what they're seeing. And then the other thing they can check quickly is the diagnostic port in the cab, and we'll show you that now. So digging into communication error here a little bit, guys. So what you're going to see is communication error, like we said, is something is not talking to something else, the panel to the chassis computer. So it's communication within the computers and the body and the chassis. There's something that's come disconnected. A lot of older 15 series trucks, they use the diagnostic port to connect our body to the chassis. So when they unplug the diagnostic port to stick their computer in for maintenance of the chassis, say at Freightliner or International or Hino, for example, and then they don't plug that back in when they're done, the body is not talking to the chassis. So it can be as simple as just plugging that ODB connection in there. The new trucks use a smaller wire connection in the back. That's how we're communicating now. It's all digital. The ODB port is as well, but we leave that free now, so that's really eliminated this issue on a lot of the newer stuff. But on older trucks, if you're getting a communication error, particularly after the truck's been serviced, this is what you want to check, this ODB port, and make sure our body's hooked back up. On the newer trucks, it's just this little gray connector here. You don't need to worry about that, and you're unlikely to see that error. But again, if the truck's in for service, run it before you leave, and this kind of an issue would be identified ahead of time. It's either this or the wire in the panel that's going to cause 95% of the communication errors on older vintage, sort of 07 to 15 ST15 series. So your MDS 20s, 26 GTXs, 30s, 1, 2s, and 3s.